Good morning, everybody. Joy here. Joy downstairs in the kitchen this morning because I have to tell you about a miracle. Do you like to hear about miracles? This is a really good one. Oh, I still can't get over it. It just gives me goosebumps when I think about it. But let me get a sip from my cuppa. So, our house is going on 21 years old in November. And it still has original everything in it. Original paint, original stain, original floors, original carpet, original showers, sinks, everything. My sewing room upstairs is the newest part of the house. And it's probably going on, goodness, 6 years old by now. So anyway, I know I have a lot of new subscribers, and hello and welcome, and I'm so excited that you have subscribed to my channel. It is just the most exciting thing when I look and I see new subscriber, and I have an up arrow saying you have more subscribers this month than last month. It's so nice to get an up arrow because usually I get down arrows on everything. So I'm getting lots of up arrows because y'all are so sweet and so kind and so wonderful, and I love you all dearly. I promise you it's true. So anyway, I have up arrows, so that's got me excited in itself. But not only do I have up arrows, I have a miracle to tell you about. Several, actually. Small miracles. It's not like I was healed of cancer or anything, but still. You know, sometimes things happen in your life and they just frustrate you to no end. And it seems like there's absolutely no solution on the planet, nobody on the planet who even cares. And to you, it is a really big deal. So I'm down in the kitchen to show you my miracle. I don't even know if you can see it on the camera, but let me take the camera off and see if I can get a close-up of it, okay? Stay with me a second. Maybe that can show it. Okay, I think you can see it now. See this right here? See that? See that thing that looks like a crack? The reason it looks like a crack is because it is one. We had a little deep fryer sitting here on the counter one night. Let me see if I can show you the deep fryer. Here's the deep fryer that I had on the counter. We were making fish. See the legs on it? It has legs. We had that sitting here. See, there's my stove. And this is the end of the countertop. And we have bar stools here. So this is our island with our bar stools. So I had that thing sitting here and we were cooking fish. We've been cooking fish like that for 20 years. But for some reason, I happened to have it in a certain spot, in a certain way, and too much heat got to the countertop. And Jerry and I were like standing on the other side of the kitchen and we heard this thing sound like a gun go off. And I looked at him and he looked at me and we're like, what the heck was that? Well, I had this all covered up with newspaper to protect it from the grease. And I had some towels and stuff, so we didn't see this. So later on that night, when we were cleaning up the mess, we noticed this gigantic crack in our counter. Okay, here's my kitchen. You can see my entire kitchen has this same countertop. It's Corian, or a Corian, what do you call it? A Corian clone. So our whole kitchen, I like white. I don't care for marble and granite. You can tell I like a solid color, or a pretty solid color. This has just a little tiny bit of black in it, you can see, because of my black stove. All right, so here's the whole kitchen, and here is the crack. The crack's right here, okay? All right, so now you know the background. Let me get back on here. I'm having a hard time setting this up so you guys aren't blinded by lights in the stove and lights in the mirror. But since I'm here, I'm going to sit here and tell you this amazing story. Okay, our countertop blew up. These actually are pretty new countertops put in, I don't know, about 5 years ago, because we had a leak behind the refrigerator. We didn't know it. There was a little cutout in the wall and the filter to the ice machine was stuck in that hole. Well, it had been dripping just a tiny little slow drip for God knows how long. We didn't know it was dripping. And Jerry and I were gone a lot. We still had our business. We still worked in both towns, so we may have been away from here for 6 weeks at a time. And so anyway, we were here, and one night I was going through my routine, and I walked over to the front door on the yellow brick road, I call it, that we have here, which is really a white brick road. But I walked over to the front door to make sure it was locked, and then I walked back over the carpet in the dining room, and I got about halfway across, and my feet, I was in my bare feet because it was nighttime, I was ready for bed, and it started getting gushy. And the more I walked, the more gushy it was, and it started splashing up onto my bare feet, splashing. I said, Jerry, what did you spill on this carpet? My God, you spilled something on the carpet. You didn't even clean it up. What was it? Get out of bed. Come help me clean this up. Well, of course, he hadn't spilled anything on the carpet. We never eat or drink over our carpet. That's why it still looked brand new. So anyway, we started investigating and discovered that the closer we got to the wall, where the kitchen's on the other side and the refrigerator's on the other side, the closer we got to the wall, the splashier and splashier it got. So we had to call the builder that built our house, and they had to tear out the cabinets, tear out the refrigerator, tear out that entire wall halfway up. So that was about 5 or 6 years ago. So we had to get all new countertops then. Now then, they still had the same countertops we already had. So these countertops that I just showed you, they're all fairly new. So this one blew up, right? Okay, so the company that put these countertops in about 5 years ago was called Accent Marble or Accent something. They're in Sherman, Texas, about 50 miles from here. We called them up and we said, we need our bar countertop redone. It blew up. They just laughed and said, oh yeah, they do that all the time. And so we said, well, we need to get the countertop replaced. And he said, well, they don't make that anymore, so you're going to have to get something different. And oh, we were just heartbroken. We did not want to redo this entire kitchen. I mean, it messes up the wallpaper. You have to take the cabinets out. You have to get rid of your sink and get a new sink. And oh my gosh, it's just a nightmare. So we decided, since we have this black stove, and are you guys bored? You say you like my stories. Wait till you hear the end of this one. So anyway, we have this black stove in this island. So they suggested down there, we went there in person, and of course they told us that they didn't have this countertop anymore. And so here, why don't you try this, try this, try this. And so they suggested we make it black. Make the whole countertop black. And we were going to put black marble on this. So the next thing was find the actual piece. You know, you can go out to their yards and they've got these gigantic blocks of marble and granite and quartz and all that stuff. And you can actually pick one that you like. Well, Jerry and I went and we looked for hours and hours and hours and hours. Oh my gosh, it took forever. It was cold, we had our jackets on. They didn't have any coffee. And we did not find one. It was like, you know, I'm organized and I like things organized, and these big black stones they didn't have even white stuff going through. There might look one like a lightning bolt over here. Boom, this great big white lightning bolt strike over here, and then over here on this part there's just hardly anything, and it's all black. Well, I didn't like that, neither did Jerry, so we weren't happy. So we were getting ready to go to Dallas, Texas. We were getting ready to go to some other town. Wherever they had these things, you know, that you could look at, and we had looked and looked. We went to Lowe's and we looked just 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, Jerry said, let's go to Lowe's and let's see if they have anything. I think they do quartz and stuff, and they do the quartz and the marble and all that stuff. So we went to Lowe's. There was a real nice lady there, and we went to the one in Sherman because it's like twice as big as the one that's nearer to us. And so she was really, really nice, and she showed us all of the different kinds of quartz and all the kinds of marble, and no, they didn't make this other stuff anymore. So we found some that we liked, and we decided that we did not want black here and white there, so we were going to replace the entire kitchen. You know what that leads to? That leads to finding somebody to do it for you. Well, we already know there ain't nobody to do it for you down here. I mean, they might paint, but they don't do countertops. They might do countertops in kitchens, but they don't do bathrooms. They might do floors, but they don't do countertops. It's just, ugh. Every single one that we called that was referred to us by somebody told us, well, I work by myself. I had to fire all my help. I couldn't trust my help. They never showed up, and they weren't any good. So everybody told us that. One guy came, and we showed him this, plus all the other stuff we needed done. He decided our house was too neat and he didn't want to work here, so he wouldn't take the job. We've had 3 of them do that. Home Advisor, Angie's List, and that guy that was recommended by Sherwin-Williams. All of them. Never came back. Another 4th guy came and he said, oh, I don't want your job. I want to work for Blake Shelton. Blake Shelton has a house down here somewhere. It's been something, you guys. It's been years. It's been years going on. Except for this blown up countertop. Okay, so we go to Lowe's. This is just 2 nights ago. It's late in the afternoon. It's like, you know, 4 o'clock, 4:30. And we've been there for a couple hours. And this Karen lady's been helping us and she's really nice. So then we leave Lowe's and we've got our little samples and the little brochures. And we think, okay, we're going to redo the entire kitchen with this quartz stuff. So then we want to eat. We're like, well, should we eat? And Jerry said, well, we need to go to Home Depot. Home Depot was across the highway. And I said, oh, I'm so sick of this, Jerry. I don't want to go to Home Depot. I'm tired. So he said, well, why don't we go eat? So there on that side of the highway where Home Depot is, it's just like a whole little town right there. And there's all kinds of restaurants and there's a Walmart and there's a Belk and a bookstore and a movie theater. You know how it is, and they're all lined up in a row. So he wanted to go over there to Home Depot. Well, he said Home Depot's open till 10. So why don't we go eat at Red Lobster, then we'll go to Home Depot. And I'm complaining and griping the whole time. I don't want to look at this stuff anymore. I'm so depressed. Because I don't want to do my whole kitchen. It was horrible. It was a horrible job to have to do when we had to do it before. So we go and we eat and we have this really good dinner. Well, then we drive over to Home Depot and we go into Home Depot. So in Home Depot, there's this really nice lady. She's our age. Her name is Patsy. She's been working there forever. And up above her desk, she's got all these plaques where she was the best employee of the year and she sold the most stuff. And you could tell she really knew her stuff. And so we tell her our story. And we say, our countertop broke. It was Wilsonart, Corian. Only someone called Corian. It was called Wilsonart, but it was just like it. Patsy said, let me take you over to our wall and I'll show you all the solid surfaces and the quartz and the marble and la-di-da-di-da. Okay. So we go over there and we find that they do still have Wilsonart, but these are the only patterns that they have. And so they've got these big blocks, you know, up on the wall that you can look at. And so again, Jerry and I took our floor. Here's our floor. This is our floor all through our house, our yellow brick road. We took our floor with us. And so we held it up to all of them and we looked at them. Well, we found one we really, really liked. So we go over to Patsy's desk. And I mean, that took an hour and a half, you know, looking. What about the edges? What about this? What about that? What about the corners? Are you sure this will be the same as what's up on the wall? And so she got on her computer and she had a desk and there was 2 chairs in front of it for the customers to sit in. So she said, let me get on the computer and I can look up this website and I can show you some pictures of this stuff that you like on some countertops. So I say, okay, well, Jerry's still standing over there at the wall and he's still holding up the floor. I mean, Jerry could do it for days and not get worn out. I was sick to death. Jerry's got the patience of Job, which of course is why he can be married to me. I get that, y'all. So anyway, I'm tired. I don't want to look anymore. So I go and I sit in the chair in front of Patsy's desk. And Patsy's on her computer. She kind of turned sideways to me. Well, I'm a fidgeter. And I'm always touching things. And if there's a paper on her desk and it's crooked, I'll turn it and I'll make it straight. If there's a bent corner on it, I'll straighten out the bent corner. If there's things on the desk, I'll organize them and make them look neater. If I see some dust, I'll wipe it off with the Kleenex from my pocket. I'm just weird. So I'm sitting in front of her desk, I'm tired, and I'm just fiddling with the stuff on her desk. You know, it's just store stuff. It's nothing private. It's just store stuff. And so I'm getting a little farther over on the desk doing my neatening up thing. And my computer's about to die. Hold on. Okay, I'm not sure where that other one cut off, so I'll go back to, I was sitting in front of Patsy's desk, and I was just fidgeting and messing with everything on her desk. So I had gotten kind of everything in front of me neat, and so I started moving to the side. And I was looking behind her monitor. You know, she's on the computer doing her thing, and I'm just sitting there. And so I got over to behind, I thought, well, what's that behind her monitor? And so behind her monitor was kind of a 4-inch square sample of floor tile or something. And then there was this little bitty sample of some kind of surface on top of that. Okay, so like this. I'm seeing this behind her monitor. So I take it and I slide it forward, and I think, well, I'll just go put that over there where it goes for her. You know, little Miss Susie organization here. And I knew the drawer that they were in because we had been in the drawer. Well, lo and behold, guess what the little tiny square sample was? It is called Frosty White Mirage. Our countertops are Frosty White Mirage by Wilsonart. That lady didn't even know they had this. Of course, she didn't know what it looked like because, you know, we were just explaining it to her and we didn't know the name. But the minute I saw the name, I went, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. He was over at the wall. What, Joy, what? He comes, I said, look, he said, oh my God, that's our countertop. And Patsy said, oh my goodness, is that your countertop? And the three of us were like the Three Stooges. We're like, oh, show it to me, show it to me, show it to me. Oh my goodness. We were so, it's 9:30 by then, you guys. We were so excited. I kept saying, it's a miracle, it's a miracle. And I'm going, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. I'm sure they had the security cameras on going, oh my God, call in the squad, call in the Ghostbusters. What do they call in? The squad, what do you call those people that come in when there's a crazy lady in your store? The bouncers, call in the bouncers and bounce that nut out of here. Anyway, praise God forevermore. We can only replace the island countertop now. Way, mega dollars cheaper. And mega easier and mega less messy. And so Jerry and I are we're so excited about this. But little miracles, aren't they wonderful? Aren't they wonderful? You know, the Lord knew that. He knew that was there the whole time. And what if my husband had listened to me and we hadn't even gone there that night? You know, by the next day that could have been gone. The cleaning people probably come in that night and put that away. Just amazing. Okay, that's my miracle story. Guess what else? Guess what else? They came 2 days ago and brought all of the stuff to build Jerry's barn with. I have a little video of it. I'll put it right here. It's a bunch of stuff. Look at that. The roof is coming off. This is so exciting. I'm so excited for Jerry. I really am. I want him to have every single thing he ever can dream of, because he is that good of a man. He's a wonderful man. Wonderful, wonderful man. I am so blessed to be his wife. There goes the roof part. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, it's a real roof. It's freezing cold out here. Freezing cold. Wow, there's a whole bunch of boards already. You guys, if you hear me fall and trip over a tree, call 911. Dear Lord. Okay, that was 2 days ago. This is the 27th of February, if I didn't tell you that. 27th of February, 2020. It's almost Billy's birthday. Her birthday's tomorrow. So anyway, 2 days ago, the great big semi-truck came, you saw it, put all the stuff right now. Oh my gosh, you're supposed to already be here. They might already be out there. The people are coming to put up Jerry's barn today, this morning. Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddie? Yeah. You want to see why I can't show you my house? Because of all of Jerry's junk over here. There's more of it behind that. But here the people are, and they're going to start putting up his barn. Oh my God, they brought a potty. They actually brought a potty. I can't believe they brought a potty. That's hilarious. We have a potty in Jerry's barn, but that's nice, isn't it? Oh my heavens, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Let's walk around and see what else we can see. And get a better picture here. Look at that. Let's go wide. Oh my goodness, are you all excited or what? You said you wanted to see the barn go up. Well, here we go. Here we go. I can't believe they brought their own potty. I should tell them there's one in the barn. So, another super happy. My husband can't quit smiling. He keeps hugging me and kissing me. It's so cute because he's so happy. Here he is. I gotta go.